Reason why we are suffering and becoming a third world countries and selling the trash on the street and living in scratch every day, living in a shanty town and settlements, and pretend and admit and it's only watching videos of Hollywood movie and lifestyle of the Europeans, and we admit to be one of those. But what we don't understand and what we don't know is that they're actually the one that are responsible for downgrading and degradation of the living standards of all the black nations. And why is that? The reason is that they exploit our natural resources. They took out everything out. They take back them to their country, and then they convert it into the finished product, and then the waste, they sell it to us. The good ones, they sell it to the Western and European countries, and the high quality ones. And then what they do is the second-hand clothes and the waste and those which is not good at the standard of the Europeans, they will send it to the third countries, third world countries, especially the black nations. So this has been going down for almost this has been going down for so long. I don't know how many years now. And the people are tired of this now. Some well-educated people are tired of this, and also the government, the young upcoming leaders are also tired of seeing this being exploited. And they themselves have traveled overseas and seen the lifestyle of the Europeans and seen how they are living at the expense of especially the black nations who are filthy rich with the natural resources. So now we have countries like Mali and Burkina Faso, Guinea and Niger, Gabon, which are now the military coups are happening because these guys sees that it is unfair for the political leaders to continue to be a puppet of the colonial imperialist corporations and military hardware, military complex or military power, to continue to suppress and keep the people in the yoke of the colonial imperialists, the colonizers, who are still in control over the diplomatic policies and the military and even the bases throughout all the African countries and all the black nations throughout the world. So now, when it comes down to the living standard of people, and sometimes the European, bloggers or YouTubers go around the African countries doing YouTubes and trying to make money on monetizing their videos without the consent of those who are videos are taken and those blah blah things like that. They put us in a situation, and on top that they leeching on us by making videos and describing us how we are living in Africa, somewhere else, in the South, in South Pacific or whatever. And then they try to interpret and explain our living standards and, degrade us as we are, still second-class citizens of the world. Or another way, I will say they see us as like a half-human being, uncivilized. Those are the concept which has been, implemented in the institutions of the European education system, and it has been taught throughout the livelihood of the Europeans. Kids were from the elementary up to the university. So that mentality is there, it's like a paradigm or it's like a stigma. It is there, right there in their mind. And every time when they see us at the lens of that stigma, and that indoctrination which they have been educated with. So the truth is that they are the ones responsible for putting the lives of the black nations right now in this situation. And you will only see the politicians will continue to become rich, and those capitalists who are associates of the political actors will continue to benefit, because the capitalists and the political actors are and they are the alliance of the economic hitmen. And the economic hitman is the one that chipping a little bits of here and there between the capitalist and the political actors. That is why the black nations will continue to become poor, because we are puppets who are in power will enrich themselves at the expense of, saying that this is democracy. We believe in democracy and rule of law and economic equilibrium, tranquility, or whatever you call, economic equality. But when you look deep down into the philosophy of democracy, you will see that the democracy is just the notion that they are using. It's a cover. But the real thing is the capitalism. We have a political capitalism system. And that political capitalism system is responsible for making corporations exploiting the natural resources and keeping the people poor and try to keep them poor so that we do not know anything, and we do not wake up, and we do not advance in terms of social development and economic development and improving our living standards and things like that. So these all things are gone. It's like we are in the web of the scorpion or octopus. We are in the web of the octopus. That's why we will never develop unless we cut off the fingers of those octopus, and we will develop ourselves. And I've seen this. You walk on the streets in Port Moresby, Lae, Goroka, Mount Hagen, elsewhere in Kokopo, and then in city centers throughout Papua New Guinea, you realize that the living standard of Papua New Guineans are still like, it's way wayward. And that is not our fault. And that is the same kind of living standard you will just see throughout Africa. Papua New Guineans may be thinking that the lifestyle that you are living in, the way you do your sales on the streets and crossing over the roads and whatever you do, you think that you are different. No, you are Africans, so the same things Africans are doing, you are doing the same things. Because your DNA run deep down. And you will be a black and always be a black, and you'll be always be African. So when it comes to the chaos of economic development and the rampant law and order issue and corruption, and now we have lost social chaos of the youths going crazy and on the social media and TikTok and everything, those are the products of we adopting into the Western culture and Western ideology and Western minister system of politics, and forgetting our bigman system and our meritocracy system and our communalism system. So you see, these are the problems that we don't clearly see, because we actually need a traditional or somebody who can specialize in the history of Papua New Guinea, and especially the bigman system, so to teach the youths and the university students at the university level, from primary up to university level, so they may be educated to know, understand the roots of our culture and how we have adapted into the Western minister system and Western culture. And the byproduct of we adopting into the Western culture and the chaos that we are experiencing every day, and things like that. There is no one standing out to educate the young Papua New Guineans. This is wrong and this is not right. We have lost track of our Ausman, bigman system, and Ausman and everything. So we thought that. And everything the Europeans did was good, but it's when you apply, if you actually apply the laws of the European, the civil laws and the common law of the Europeans at the customary context, if you apply the Europeans' law on Papua New Guinea customs and norms and value, it doesn't work. There is a conflict in the European law and the PNG Melanesian way or customary norms and values and principles or laws that our ancestors have instituted. We were not uncivilized. We had a bigman system, and the laws were instituted in a bigman system, and society were orderly, organized, and people living peacefully. And when they want to fight, they went and fight. When they want to make peace, they went and make peace. I have a deep history of my ancestors of things like that too. I can relate to that, to every Papua New Guinean. So what I'm trying to say here is that, the problem that Papua New Guineans or whatever you are in now, and if you are selling a container on the road and collecting tin can and try to, sell it to the recycle bin to make some money, you must know that you are not a problem. It is not our problem. It is not your problem. That your problem and our problem was designed in 1884 to 1885 by evil people. Now you call Europeans. So King Charles and Queen Elizabeth are responsible for the poverty of especially the African nations and the black nations who are under the Commonwealth country. So those are the things that, we don't talk about. So, I'm getting some revelation or some kind of inspiration. I'm doing some recording. I didn't mean to say to anyone, but this is my personal recording. Just want to keep it for my own, because some good ideas come once in a while, and that's why I'm recording this. And this, what is the date today? Today is September 21st, 2 p.m. and 16 minutes. That's 2.16 p.m.